Can I stop like this, Marcel? Here we go. Have a look. Rachel, the Birmingham Pride got their name from a concession called Birmingham, and that's where they were born. And also where they got their name from. Yeah, let me go slightly back so we can see a bit more of them. All right, have a look at that. Oh, wow, that is so beautiful. Because I can just imagine, look at how thirsty they are. After having a big meal yesterday, they didn't go to the water during the evening. And now early on this morning, they decide, okay, we need to come down and drink. There's actually a few other lines that are coming down. I can just see, like through the bits of grass, there's quite a few coming down. But also there's one off to the left that's actually trying to stalk those that are down at the water. So let's see how they're going to react. See, here they're coming down. Look at that youngster, lowering his shoulders. Oh, something pulled off his attention. But often, it's so funny to see whenever they stalk each other near the water, they get such a fright. Because they're often a bit more wary. You can see some of them looking around. And I think that one off to the right, see the one that looks like he might be looking straight into the water, is actually the hippos that he's looking at. And Darcy, and we haven't heard anything about the subadult male. We tried to see if we can find them this morning. Look, that one's actually stalking a bird now off to the right. We haven't seen him this morning. We're actually trying to see if we can... Oh, there the bird goes. It's a hammerhead. Hammerkop. And very interesting that bird gets the name, because if you look at the head of it, it almost looks like a hammer, hence the name Hammerkop, which is an Afrikaans word. But we haven't seen that subadult yet, and it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with the rest of the pride. Now, earlier on, they started roaring, and when they roared, I could hear a few responding. So I don't know, maybe if... And it wasn't a loud roar, it was more like a contact call. So I don't know if maybe that young male has tried to call and join up with them. So it'd be really worth it for us to stick with them this morning and see if there's any form of maybe the Ross males or even those other male, or that other male joining up with them. See, and just in front of us, before the lines, you can see the Hammerkop bird. See that head almost looks like a hammer? They're the ones often, especially in some of the bigger trees, they have these massive nests when you drive past. And he just thought to himself, there's no way that he's going to be breakfast for a lion, so he'll probably be just keeping a good eye on them. I can actually hear a lion roaring. Let's see how these ones are going to respond. Ruby, I'll try and see if I can... From here, it's really hard to see. Like, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not sure if I'll be able to sell it from here. However, if we do get a little bit closer again, I will try and point her out. But look at how how those two are chasing each other. But it is a good question. But if we do get closer, I'll try and show you more or less which mother has which cubs. But as I said, sometimes it's a bit hard, especially from here, because there's often the only way to recognize them is because of old scars on the faces or possibly a little spot somewhere near the eye. But we'll have to be a little bit closer. So we'll also see, like there, you can see that white one and the other one is looking off to their left. Now the other one, or the other two on that side, are actually stalking each other again. Now, I'm going to ask myself just to go slightly to the one off to the right that's now drinking. Now earlier on, the one on top of that little mount at the back is looking down towards that one. So it'll be interesting if we keep our camera on there and see if that one comes down. And then they start playing again. Should just have a look. They haven't moved too far, and I think they might even be here for a little while longer, especially as soon as it starts warming up. Then they might go into a bit of shade. But for now, still having a lot of fun around the waterhole. I'd like to hear from you, Marcel. Which one would you say out of all of these would be your favorite?
From the ones here?
Yeah.
From the ones here, I'd probably say the white female.
The white female?
She's got such a inquisitive gaze.
I tend to agree. She's also one of my favorites in the Pride. I don't have favorites because all of them are my favorite, but I do think she has quite a special place. See, the one just got up, and I think they might start moving back. So let's just see. I can hear some guinea fowl behind us, and I wonder if a few of them already crossed in behind us. But let's give it some time, especially with these youngsters, because often if they start moving, they'll often find these little opportunities to try and hunt each other. That's just their way of playing. Michael, they do interact quite a bit with the Ross males, especially the young male I've seen. And the thing is, what's quite nice, or what I often see, is that often the Ross males will tolerate him quite a bit. So even when there's food, I've seen him feeding right next to the Ross male, where the Ross male didn't allow any of the others to feed next to him. But also, the other night we saw them walking, this was like 2 weeks ago, and the young male just rubbed up against him, and he tolerated him so much. And then when that other sub-adult male, the one that's 3 years, when he came closer, then of course there was no tolerance at all. But I think because the Ross male knows that, or one of them is possibly the father of these two white youngsters, so they are more tolerant of them. There's the little sister trying to take down one's the brother, but probably half brother. I heard there's quite a few of the viewers that say the white female is their favorite. I would say she has such an interesting personality. You'll see, even though she looks small and delicate, she does not back off by any means. Like whenever there's a carcass as well, she would fight vigorously to try and get a bit of meat. And I think that's why she's doing so well. You'll see she's actually bigger than her sister, which is of a tawny color, so that sandy color. And that just shows that often especially with young lions, often with wild dogs, you'll find that, and even with cheetah, that the mothers would allow the youngsters to eat first and then they would eat. But lions, it's every lion for themselves. And so this youngster knows that, and because of that, she's willing to fight for whatever she needs to. How's that for a... Oh. I think this young male is getting bullied. But you see how he was moving? How beautiful was that reflection in the water of both of them as they're moving along?